towards you. And you'll be hearing a little bit from Dr. Sandeep Shukla, some comments he made on a previous edition of this webinar. So he'll take you through the blockchain ecosystem and why it's an important part of your career opportunities going forward. Today we'll be talking a little bit about you during some poll questions for the audience. Keep an eye out for those. If you happen to be on our streaming services, YouTube Live or LinkedIn Live, please enter your responses to the polls and questions in the chat or comment box of your streaming service. We'll try to get to those. That applies to the Q&A. If you are on Zoom and you have questions you'd like me to answer, please put those in the Q&A. I will get to those at the end of the webinar. Again, as I said, Dr. Shukla will talk about blockchain, and I'll speak about what this program offers, how it gets you job ready. When we go into the enrollment steps, I'll mention a bonus offer for all of you for being here this evening. So let's get started. I'm going to share with you Dr. Shukla's comments about the blockchain ecosystem.
Yeah. So as most of you, since you are attending this, you probably have heard what blockchain is and what blockchain is being used for. One of the, of course, common usage of blockchain technology came from cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, and Solana, and various other cryptocurrencies. However, the technology that came out of this development of this private, so-called private money in terms of cryptocurrency has already given us a number of technology solutions that can be used for other applications other than cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is one application of blockchain, but blockchain, because we have this notion of smart contracts, and notion of immutable decentralized ledger, and the idea of privacy and idea of integrity of data and security, and the authentication. Therefore, number of different solutions has come up. A lot of solutions are related to enforcing contracts across multiple different organizations. I guess and also supply chain provenance tracking, and many other, like as I mentioned, land record registry, identity. There are various types of credentials. This kind of applications have come up. So as per the market data, it seems that the compound annual growth rate of blockchain market is is quite remarkable, 67.3% through the year 2025. And also the markets predicts that spending in this technology will jump to about $40 billion in 2025. So basically, these numbers are not important. What is important is that this is a growth sector of a new technology, and it has gone through the hype cycle, and it is now at a point where it is being deployed for various kinds of solutions. And therefore, in the next couple of years, we'll see a lot more growth. And now we are at the growth phase of the technology after it has gone through hype phases and various other phases. So therefore, we can basically think of this as a good technology that one could gain expertise in order to actually have a good career growth. Okay, so next slide. Yeah, so blockchain technology actually requires quite a few different technologies to be mastered. Of course, this is very much dependent on cryptography, and the notion of cryptography is best illustrated as cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency solutions illustrate how cryptography is very important in blockchain. And Bitcoin is an example, and Bitcoin is actually the first blockchain that we have seen, and it has given us very good ideas about how to use technologies such as cryptography, hashing algorithms, decentralized consensus, this kind of digital signatures, this kind of ideas together in a very clever technological solutions. And so Bitcoin is an important component of learning in when we learn blockchain. We also see the DLTs, a distributed ledger technology, which is slightly different from standard cryptocurrency blockchains. Hyperledger would be an example of distributed ledger technology, which is actually is one form of blockchain. We also learn about Ethereum as it grew from Bitcoin technology with the ability to do smart contracts. And Hyperledger also does smart contracts. And also consensus mechanism is also very important. Consensus is the way that decentralized entities together make decisions, because we have to keep a uniform view, a consistent view of the ledger, which is maintained across multiple different entities who do not necessarily trust each other. So there has to be a robust consensus algorithm, which is tolerant to at least a fraction of users or fraction of nodes not behaving in a trustworthy manner. And also networks and workflows and transaction workflows, etc. These are some of the concepts that you have to learn in order to learn about the blockchain technology. Next. And the kind of skills that one could actually think about, obviously you will be learning this basic fundamentals of technology. You will learn various applications and design applications. But the kind of jobs that you might actually find after completing this kind of a course is either as a blockchain developer, if you are very good in programming, but if you are also good in front-end programming, that is doing the web design, then you could also possibly become a blockchain web designer, which is basically for designing the front end of the blockchain application. You can also become a blockchain solution architect if you can gain a very good understanding of multiple different types of blockchain and what kind of applications fit what kind of blockchain technology, like where a public blockchain fits, where a private blockchain fits, where a permission versus permissionless blockchain fits, which ones require you to have more privacy preserving transactions. If you can somehow gain that understanding, different people have gain different types of understanding from completion of a course like this, because they have different interests. So blockchain solution architect would be one of the good ones that to try to become. Of course, you can become blockchain project manager, where you manage projects that are based on blockchain technology. You can also become user interface, user experience designer for blockchain applications when the application is quite complex and requires different types of interaction between the users and the backend system. You can become a blockchain quality engineer, where you will be testing the blockchain-based solutions and providing quality guidance. And then you may also go into blockchain legal consulting, of course, if you have also a legal background. So as was said, that the industry is growing very fast in blockchain, and so are the salaries. So from the Glassdoor source, the Simplilearn has learned that the salary range could be as high as 10 lakhs per second, sorry, per month, not per second, to about 3 lakhs per second, sorry, per month, in case of on the lower end. So this is the kind of salary range. There is a median salary or average salary is about 6 lakhs or 5.5 lakhs. And different companies are hiring, especially I know personally people from Accenture, Oracle, Microsoft. They're hiring in blockchain technology. So blockchain technology is a very technology solution architect, blockchain technology blockchain application developer, blockchain front-end developer, for a blockchain project manager. These are very highly sought skills in today's market.
All right, so you heard from Dr. Shukla, who is the director of the Indian National Blockchain Project at IIT Kanpur. I'll move forward through. So at this point, I'd like to ask a question of the audience, all of you out there. What has stopped you so far from taking certification of this type? And if you're on the streaming services, you can put A, B, C, or D into the comment. And is it because you haven't found a program that has the kind of curriculum that covers all the skills Dr. Shukla mentioned? Is it because you don't feel you would get practical experience you could point to say you're job ready? Is it because you don't find learning from pre-recorded videos to be effective for you, or is it because you don't have time in your work schedule? So I'm going to leave this open for about another 15 seconds as the numbers keep changing. Please do get your answers in. Here I am going to end the poll in 5 seconds. And here's the result. So the main two difficulties for people in our audience today are not finding a comprehensive curriculum and not feeling you would get experience to demonstrate to employers that you have job ready skills in the field. So let me talk about this program. IIT Kanpur has developed this program to certify you in blockchain skills. It is a 4-month program, completely online. See, the base price is 1,69,000. I will be talking later about a bonus that you get for being here at this webinar, so keep that in mind. But also, the curriculum is completely comprehensive, as I will go over with you. It's aligned to the needs of industry. One of the great things about working with industry for IIT Kanpur is that they understand what industry requires from their graduates and what skill sets people need to succeed out in the world. So they've designed this curriculum to meet that industry aligned requirement. The learning environment provides everything you need online, both for your live classes with your instructors, as well as for your labs and projects and other um, cases that you're going to work on and do to build up a portfolio of practical experience you can demonstrate to employers. You will be meeting with your instructors live in online classes, so you get to interact with them, ask them questions. They'll ask you questions. You'll be able to interact with your batchmates in the class. And between the class sessions on the weekends, you'll be able to do all of your other work on whatever schedule you choose, because the platform is available 24/7 on your desktop or laptop. You want to look at the pre-recorded materials that prepare you for each class. You can even do that on your mobile device. So very flexible, commitment of about 10 hours a week for the 4 months. And at the end of this, you receive a certificate from IIT Kanpur that certifies that you have completed the program successfully, gained the skills that it covers. You've had more than 70 hours of applied online learning uh, between the live classes and the other materials, and you've done 4 or more projects, um, including a capstone project, which I'll describe in a bit. But the capstone project will be your showpiece, put in your portfolio on a going forward basis to show off. And along the way, you'll have master classes with IIT Kanpur professors who will go deep dive into some of the topics here. The IIT Kanpur was established in 1959 and is the home of the Indian National Blockchain Project. So, of all the institutions in the world, this is one of the very top um, centers of expertise in blockchain. So the professional certification program gives you access to that expertise. The master classes, the capstone project that will be your showpiece again, and the certificate that demonstrates that IIT Kanpur has put its faith behind you uh, in your ability to do this work. So having that on your CV is a very prestigious accomplishment. People will recognize the name of the institution. So eligibility, you need to have basic understanding of mathematics, and you should have, it's preferred that you have some experience with Java programming, principles behind that. You do need to have a bachelor's degree with 50% marks or higher, but you do not have to have any formal work experience. So this is a program that is for people who've completed their bachelor's degree, have some exposure to math and programming, and want to become expert in blockchain. Um, so let me ask a question of the audience again. This one is, how much experience do you have? Launch this poll. Pretty straightforward, so I'll just leave this open for about 20 seconds. And I'll close the poll in about 5 seconds from now. Here is the result. So a little more than half of our audience are currently studying. If you are in your final year of studies for your bachelor's degree and you will be completed with a bachelor's degree by the time this program ends, you're eligible to enroll. Otherwise, you might want to hold off to a future cohort once you've got your degree. But for the rest of you, for the other 45% of the audience, it's like you have the experience qualification, certainly. So move on. Talk about how this program prepares you. So the program is designed to build your blockchain skills in a stepwise fashion that take you from the very basics to more uh, expert level. So you'll be moving from the orientation session, which is just to get you familiar with the learning management system, the set of courses that you'll be taking, how to interact with the system and your instructors, all of the basics like a virtual freshman orientation. And then you'll move into the introduction to the technology behind blockchain. What is a blockchain? What are the principles of indelible transactions and that type of thing? So then you'll move into Ethereum. Then you'll look at understanding the consensus and hash principles that underlie recording of blocks. You'll go into Hyperledger Fabric, smart contracts, Internet of Things applications, blockchain platforms, and such. You move on to your Capstone project. Capstone project is a 1 month, about 3 to 4 week project where you'll choose a problem, design your own solution. Your instructor will mentor you through the process, and that becomes essentially your final exam for the entire program. Along the way, you'll have access to master classes from IIT Kanpur faculty. These are electives. You can choose to attend or not, but if you are interested in the subject and what's going on in terms of research and new developments, they're a really great resource for you. You will need to learn and you will need to use different tools, libraries, platforms. You'll need to understand how they work. You'll need to be able to apply them in your projects. And once you are done with the program and receive your certificate, when you talk about these on your CV, you will be able to say with confidence that you understand them and know how to use them, and have experience with them that you can demonstrate through your portfolio. So this is really a wonderful part of the program and the way it's organized for learning by doing. We talk about the different kinds of projects you might do. Smart contracts, doing a project to develop smart contract applications so you can see how that principle works. Self-executing contracts, Hyperledger Fabric, demonstrating that you know how to set that up, learning about Ethereum wallets, how to install them, how to use them in transactions. So these are all kinds of projects you'll be doing. And then for the Capstone project, you'll pick out of several different industry domains, financial services or healthcare, manufacturing, where you'll have a problem posed that the firm in this field wants to achieve this with blockchain. How will you do that? And as I said, you'll have 3 to 4 weeks to design and build your solution that you will then submit for grading. Along the way, you'll have your instructor helping you to make sure you don't encounter doubts or blockers that slow you down or stop you. Successfully complete your capstone. And at the end of the process, you'll have that capstone in your portfolio going forward so that you can show it to potential future employers or to your current employer and say, this is my new set of skills. This is how I've used them. This is my proof that I know how to do this. A very valuable part of the program. And I'm going to let this gentleman talk to you about the learning platform itself. This is the reason why IIT Kanpur chose Simplilearn as the delivery partner. And he'll be going through an example of one of our other programs with a different university, but the use of the platform and the principles are the same. So enjoy this.
Welcome to Simplilearn and our unique online bootcamp where millions of professionals have gotten the skills they need to succeed. There are 2 components that make our online bootcamp approach so successful. Great content from the world's leading technology companies, practitioners, and universities, and a unique and proprietary learning environment that was specifically designed for high engagement and learner support. When you log into Simplilearn, you set the course timeline that meets your busy work and home schedule and keep track of your progress every step of the way. We'll help you stay on plan with automated and 24/7 human support. At the core of our programs are our live virtual classrooms where you interact real time with trainers that are recognized leaders in their field. There, you'll review key concepts, get questions answered, and interact with your peers.
The important reports on the audience, if you notice, are demographics. This is super useful, especially if you're running ads, for example. You could do it on social media. Later, you'll learn social media marketing too. By looking at these numbers, you'll be able to understand the age range of people that you should be targeting. You know what? You could just focus only on that age category, show your advertisements to them. Very useful.
That's not all. You get to learn from faculty at global universities and industry experts via master classes. Ask your questions to top industry leaders in exclusive Ask Me Anything sessions.
So there's another interesting question on the chat box and say that to optimize in YouTube, you could use the rising section of Google Trends and optimize it. Okay, so let's go back to here, right here where it says web searches, and you can see that there's going to be the YouTube searches, okay? So now you can see that the YouTube searches is going to be, so there's a option under not just web search, and there's going to be a YouTube search, okay? So just go ahead and click on YouTube search, and you should be able to optimize your search results.
So what is in-stream ads? In-stream ads refer to when we come across any sort of original video, in-stream ads would appear within those video content. So you would be paused when you are watching an original video and lead to a video ad, and then go back to the original video content.
We believe people learn best by doing. Go beyond practice. Tackle practical problems with multiple projects and simulations, and work on a real-world capstone project that you can showcase to future employers. Your learning isn't restricted to just live classes. Explore our highly effective self-learning videos and other resources to fine-tune your learning and remain up to date always. You can focus on different learning approaches by subject to personalize the overall learning experience to your learning style and needs. At the end of it all, you get to walk away with globally recognized certificates from top universities for the program, leading companies for specialized courses, and Simplilearn. So, come on in. Experience professional learning like you've never done before. Get started today.
All right, and so you've seen, just to recap, the learning environment and how it allows you to manage your curriculum, to see all the courses that are ahead of you, guides you through them one by one, opens up the next course as soon as you finish the one before that, gives you a certificate for the course you just completed that unlocks the next course, and then the live virtual classroom allows your instructor to take you through the concepts live, answer your questions, ask you questions, go through exercises on their shared environment. You get to do labs and projects in your virtual machine that's assigned to you through the course. So it's all done through that same learning management system, same online environment, tests and assessments, and the capstone project that we keep referring to, doing progress tracking and keeping track of how you're progressing through the program. System will actually prompt you if you are beginning to fall behind and will remind you to catch up. So it helps you succeed in that way as well. And you have support tools that include a community where you can ask your fellow students, your instructors, other instructors questions. You can interact with your instructor through the email system, and you have access to a 24/7 help desk for both issues with the platform itself or subject matter questions. So if you're working on a project at 3 o'clock in the morning and you reached a doubt or a blocker and you want to get help with it, you'll be able to reach out to somebody and get past that. So we're very proud of this learning environment. And again, this is the reason why IIT Kanpur chose Simplilearn as its delivery partner. And you'll be learning from practitioners, people who work in the field, who have solid experience, people like Vivek Garg or Prasad Sahu, who do this work and are experienced trainers as well. So we want to make sure that they're not only people who have the knowledge and expertise in the field, but have the ability to communicate those skills to you. So, and again, Dr. Sandeep is the program director for this program, but he's also the coordinator of the National Blockchain Project. So, and the coordinator for the Interdisciplinary Center for Cybersecurity. So, he is one of the leading figures in the field for these emerging technologies that are so important to the world today, both blockchain and cybersecurity. So proud to be working with him, and he's again supervising the curriculum and delivery of the program. We can talk about some learner outcomes at this point. I'll be getting to your questions shortly, so getting towards that point. People who you will be studying alongside in your batch come from different industries. Interestingly, banking and financial is the predominant industry for people who engage in this course, where many of our digital training courses, we take a larger share of people from the IT or software sector. In this case, it's people banking and financial industries, also distribution and manufacturing, infrastructure, the public sector. These are all areas where blockchain is poised to transform that industry or that sector and how it works. So this is why people from those areas come into this course, and people from different companies, not only these other sectors, but also IBM, Accenture, Tata Consultancy. So you'll have exposure to a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds in your batch. So let's talk about the enrollment schedule. I'm promised to tell you about a bonus for being here today. So if you enroll for the next cohorts, there are actually two starting just about at the same time. The orientation on the 20th, and I think another orientation on the 21st. Classes starting on the 11th of March or the 18th of March. So you have a couple of choices with the next batch, but you do want to get in before the batch number of seats fill up. And for being here today, from that one lock 69,000 price, we will offer you a 15% discount because you attended this webinar if you enroll for the upcoming batches that are coming up right away. Do not have to pay off the entire amount in one fell swoop. Financing is at 56 to 10 rupee a month. That would be before the discount, so it's actually going to be 15% less than that for being here today. And to get started, I'll share with you the enrollment steps. But before I do, now that you know what the program costs and when it starts, are you interested based on everything you've heard so far? You answer that question. Again, based on what you've heard so far, is this something you'd like to do? I'll give you another 5 seconds to answer. I will share with you the result. So 3/4 of our audience is interested in enrolling in the program, which is wonderful, and I'm going to share with you how to do that. So let's move forward. Steps are extremely simple. You email us at askus@simplilearn.net. You You can also contact us through our program page on our website, and I'm going to put that link also into the chat right now, both the program page and the email address. So bear with me as I do that right now here. So in your chat, you now have the program page link, and you have the email address, askus@simplilearn.net. Send us an application, or you contact us and we will help you through the application. This involves reviewing your degree, making sure you have the bachelor's degree that's required, any work experience that you might have that you want us to consider, and a simple background or aptitude test for math and programming aspects of the course. If you don't have those math and programming aspects in your background, we can help you gain those through some free courses we offer as well, so that we can help you pre-prepare for this course to succeed. So that's not a factor that should stop you from contacting us. So once you email us, we do the application review, we send you your admission offer, and get you started. So for those of you who said you are interested, let me ask the question, how soon do you see yourself starting? You want to take advantage of the 15% discount and start immediately? Or are you looking further down the road? And I'll just leave this open for another 10 seconds because it's a straightforward question. I will close the poll. 3, 2, 1. All right. So more than 50% of our audience wants to either start in the March classes or maybe April, May, which is great. Again, contact us at askus@simplilearn.net. Ask about the 15% discount. If you're looking further down the road, please do contact us at askus@simplilearn.net, and we'll answer any lingering questions you have about the program, but we'll also be able to keep you informed about future cohorts. So at this point, I'd like to go to questions and answers. So I'm looking again, if you have placed your question in the chat, please transfer it to the Q&A because it'll be much easier for me to find it there. Apologize for that, but first question, will we receive a certificate of participation for attending this webinar? And I will share that right after the Q&A. I'll tell you how to get that. What are the fees of the program? We've talked about that. Session is almost over for those of you who asked that question. Whether blockchain will help you, but Sabavin has asked whether blockchain will help you in your career if you're a person who wants to enter into management consulting. And the answer to that is yes, because as a management consultant, you will be asked the question, how will technologies like blockchain affect my business? Client is going to want to know what impact these new technologies will have on their business. Understanding that is going to help you serve that client better. Understanding that will also open up opportunities for you to proactively answer that question and look for clients who are saying, have a need for those types of changes. Like go to financial clients and talk and be able to tell them about how blockchain can be used in their operations, or legal clients and talk to them about how self-executing contracts will affect them, that type of thing. So it will not only help you serve your existing clients better, but it will give you new avenues to pursue clients. Commerce graduate, Prayag says, commerce graduate, done chartered accountancy. Are my skills okay for completing this course? Yes, Prag, I assume you have a bachelor's degree, and your understanding of the domain in the finance and accountancy world gives you a leg up on other people, gives you an advantage over other people who may not have that domain background. You'll be able to understand immediately how blockchain works within your domain. And again, as I mentioned, to pick up the math and programming skills required, we can help you with that if you don't have those already. Question from a attendee, is it okay if I know Python? That's certainly adequate, yeah. Why only Java? Why not Python Solidity? You'll be using Java in the course more than the other languages and platforms. So that's why. But again, if you have the experience with the others, it will be transferable. You'll be able to pick up the necessary Java skills quickly. So Sarish Kumar, is a diploma qualification okay? You would have to ask the learning consultant to ask us at simplylearn.net, because this is a postgraduate program. We do require a bachelor's degree. So you'll want to check with them to see if there is a dispensation or waiver, don't hold a bachelor's. But we're generally pretty strict on that. I apologize for that. Is there any AI course? In this program, not really. This is not oriented towards AI. And if you're interested in AI, you can ask our learning consultants about other programs that we have that you might want to consider. But if you're interested in blockchain, Nagamesh is very insistent about why only Java. I hope I've answered that for you. Nagamesh, if you have Python and Solidity background, that will be fine. And I apologize, Avanesh. I do not recognize the word you have used in your question. In the webinar itself, no one is answering the doubts. How can we think that this course is the best? I apologize if we haven't answered your questions. But again, contact our learning consultants and ask us at simplylearn.net, and they will be able to go deeper into your specific questions one-on-one. Naresh, I am a fresher and I didn't have any experience. Is it okay to take this course? Yes, it is. If you meet the other requirements. And how will blockchain make a career for a fresher? Again, this is a new and emerging technology. It's still, if not in its infancy, it's in its childhood. It's going to be an important factor in so many different industries that you're going to have opportunities as an expert in the technology to be called on to help lots of different companies or lots of different functions within a single employer. So this creates a great opportunity for people who want to get in at the beginning of this industry. Bhavin Management Consulting like BCG, Bain, and McKinsey, absolutely. Management consultancies deal with questions of blockchain all the time and need to advise their clients. So this is a valuable skill in their eyes. Can a person with a Naveen ask, a person who's a business analyst, non-technical background with 10 years of experience, you should be able to succeed well in this program. It is not so strictly oriented towards technical that you're training to be a programmer. You're actually training to understand how the blockchain technology works in business. As a business analyst, you again have the skills in the background to be able to see those connections, see how this technology will apply in a business context. So this gives you an advantage. Basic knowledge required for learning the blockchain. Gopi, I think we talked about that, which is we prefer that you have some understanding of mathematics, some exposure to Java programming. Again, we can help you with those. If you don't, you do need to have a bachelor's degree. One of the aspects of that is showing that you have the background and ability to commit to a long-term learning program. Even though this is only 4 months, we want to make sure that you're committed to it so that at the end of the 4 months you have successfully completed it rather than felt like you haven't met up to it or it hasn't fulfilled your needs. Is this an internship? No, this is a training program. We help you with, in some cases, with job search assistance, but that is not, we do not offer an internship or a job guarantee or anything of that nature. And the last question here from Dahar says, I do not have any previous experience in software development. Will it be possible for me to understand this technology? And yes, we just work, IIT Kanpur has designed this program so that it's accessible to you. We will do the initial assessment in your application review and give you a basic test on some of the concepts so that if you take that test and you say, this makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever, you may decide this is not the program for you. But if you look at that and say, oh, no, this is pretty understandable and I understand how to do this type of thing, then you'll have the confidence that you can succeed in this program. So our intention is not to sign up every single person who applies and fail out people who can't do the work. Our intention is to review your application up front, make sure that you meet the prerequisites and have the aptitude and the commitment to succeed in the program so that at the end of the process, we're able to say that a high percentage of our graduates have achieved their goals. Right now, Ernst & Young, the consultant firm, EY says that we have a 90% rate of graduates saying that they have met the goals that they had going into our program. So we're extremely proud of that. This is the last question I have in our question and answer, so I'm going to move on to our final question, for the audience, and put that up on the screen. And this is if you are interested in a certificate of participation for today, for this program, for this webinar, I should say, please answer yes to this question and we will send you one. But if you need assistance or you want a certificate for today, answer yes. And I'll leave this open just for about 10 seconds as it's a yes or no question. Numbers keep changing. And I'll close it in 3, 2, 1. And I'll show the results. So it's fairly even, almost 50-50. And again, if you've answered yes, we will send you a proof of attendance certificate for today's session. And with that, I would like to thank all of you for being here this evening. If you use the QR code, it'll take you to the program page, but also ask us at simplylearn.net will take you to our learning consultant who can answer your questions. And if I haven't answered anything that is still a doubt for you, please do reach out to ask us at simplylearn.net and see if they can help you with that. But in general, we would like to invite all of you to join us in the learning community with IIT Kanpur and Simplilearn. And that concludes the webinar for this evening. Thank you again.